What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be exploring two of Vancouver's most vibrant areas, Kitsilano and Olympic Village. Along with that, I'm going to be taking you on a property tour of two properties that I've sold in each one of these areas that are within $20,000 of each other. So what's great about this video is you're going to not only be able to take a community tour through each area, but you'll also be able to see what this price point will allow you to get in both of these communities as well. So let's dive in. So if you're curious to see which one brings the best bang for your buck, you're going to have to wait till the end of this video. But before we get into the nuts and bolts, a little housekeeping as per usual. If you're looking to buy, sell, invest, or relocate here to this beautiful city of Vancouver, I am Kyle Mark, your Vancouver Realtor, and I'm here to help with all of your real estate needs. All my information is in the description below, so make sure you book a call with me, shoot me a text. I'm super easy to get a hold of, and I'm here to help. First up on the list is Kitsilano, and Kitsilano is definitely one of the most premier destinations to live here in Vancouver, and that is mostly due to its beach access. You are so close to the Pacific Ocean. You have multiple beaches at your disposal that you can easily walk or transit to. Whether you're looking for a dog beach for your dog to get into the water, or public access, you'll have a number of different options for you to take your paddleboard out or just spend the day on the beach with your friends. What's so unique about the beaches here in Kitsilano is not only do you get to take in the ocean, but you have the North Shore mountain views to the north of you, and you can also take in the whole city skyline of Vancouver, which would be on the east side. So the views there are very dynamic and are some of the best in the entire world. You also have 4th Avenue, where you have a multitude of world-class shopping options, and Kitsilano as a whole is a very laid-back atmosphere. For the most part, the density right now is quite low, with 70% of the buildings being less than 5 stories. That I do think is definitely going to change. Currently, there is a subway line that they are tunneling through westward, and hopefully you will end up at UBC, but it's going to be going down the Broadway corridor. And with anything, when there is infrastructure and public transit, you know that the densification is going to go up. And there is debate within City Council of how far they want to densify those areas along that Broadway corridor. But right now, it is a beautiful place to live, a beautiful place to hang out, and that's why a lot of members of the Vancouver Canucks decide to live in this area of Kitsilano. So I've given you a little overview of what Kitsilano, the community, can provide, but what can the market provide you, and where can your money go if you're looking to purchase in Kitsilano? So this property I sold last year. It is right in the heart of Kitsilano, so quintessential Kitsilano living, a prime location, 2415 West 1st Avenue. And as West 4th is a huge highlight for people who live in the area, you're just 3 blocks away from there. So all your shopping needs, your amenity needs can be taken care of. This property is also just 400 meters to the beach. So you have beach access year round. We have such mild winters here in Vancouver. So even through the winter and the rainy months, you have a lot of amazing areas where you can walk and take advantage of the Vancouver landscape. This property as a whole is a townhouse. It came in at just over 1,300 square feet, is a 2-bed, 2-bath, and I sold this property for $1,658,000. It's a little unique, as the primary bedroom and ensuite are on the entry main floor area. You have a beautiful southern exposure off the primary bedroom that you can take in your reading, having your morning coffee, and then upstairs is where the main living area is, along with that secondary bedroom. This unit is 40 years old, but went through a very nice renovation in 2015 to really modernize the space, and you can see it with the beautiful detailing of the new flooring and the kitchen. What's nice about this townhouse is you don't have to split it with a lot of people if you're looking for a little bit more privacy, and the strata fee here came in at $477. So as I mentioned, as a whole, a very, very nice property, beautiful location. You can't get a better location in Kitsilano than this one here, and that is why it sold at the ticket that it did, even though it's assessed. So as you can see, the location here reigns supreme, and that is why a 40-year-old building with a very nice renovation can still command a big ticket number, just under $1.7 million. So I'm going to take you over now to Olympic Village, of a property that I sold just a couple months ago. This one is a sub penthouse right in the heart of Olympic Village. You're really going to want to stick around and see this one, and I'm going to love to hear your feedback on which unit you would rather move into, as both of these properties are within $20,000 in terms of what they sold for. So as we head into Olympic Village, this is definitely one of the most favorite areas in Vancouver. I've lived in Olympic Village before with my family. It was absolutely an amazing time. I was actually just 2 blocks away from the property that I'm going to show you right now, but having such close access to the seawall, being able to take in all the beauty of Vancouver, not to mention Olympic Village, how it was designed. You can completely leave your car. You know, you have London Drugs, Urban Fare, a whole bunch of restaurants, bars, all at your disposal, all within walking distance. There's a lot of nice community feel. Definitely a lot more hustle and bustle in comparison to Kitsilano, which is a little bit more laid back. But you're able to take in such beautiful North Shore mountain views, and just a little bit different of an aspect and viewpoint than you do in Kitsilano. I would say the views from Kitsilano are definitely a lot nicer with what you can look at, but Olympic Village is not far behind. Olympic Village definitely has a little bit more urban sophistication, and that is due to the fact that it's obviously a lot newer of a community. Olympic Village was the starting point of where a huge development went forward for the Winter Olympics in 2010. So a lot of this area was developed for housing for the athletes, and then it continued to build out. As I mentioned, you're going to see in the listing video here a lot of water access. You're just steps away from the water taxi that can take you downtown, can take you to Granville Island. It's super easy for you to maneuver in and out of the city. Kitsilano can be a little bit isolating because as you're heading west, there's not a lot of options for you to head to different parts of the city, but Olympic Village is very, very nice because whether you're wanting to head into Kitsilano, you're just about 10-15 minutes away, but you can also head into downtown, into Mount Pleasant, or even out to hit Highway 1 to go to the North Shore or out into the valley. So it's very prime in terms of that location there, and that is why this is essentially a very high and premier community to live in it as well. So this property here in Olympic Village has been one of my favorite properties to list. It was absolutely a pleasure to be able to sell this home. This property is a 2-bed, 2-bath, plus a den, and this property came in and sold at $1,675,000, so just $20,000 less than the property in Kitsilano. What's so unique about this unit here and why it commanded such a high price point was due to its sight lines. It had complete 270-degree views from east all the way to west, so massive, expansive North Shore mountain views and water views. Olympic Village as a whole, this is the second highest building that it's located in, so they don't build very high in Olympic Village. So because you're on the 16th floor, you get to look over a lot of your neighbors. You also had a corridor that you're looking down where there's a heritage building that protects your sight line as well, so you can look all the way down to the water. You didn't have to fear that your view was ever going to be taken away because of the heritage standing of the restaurant called Craft that is below, as well as a city-owned community center. So within Olympic Village, you have a lot of access, like I said, to restaurants, bars, community center, things of that nature. This unit came in at 1,243 square feet, so a little under than 200 square feet separate this property from the Kitsilano property. The strata fees, though, there was a big contrast. This one had strata fees just over $800, so almost double the strata fees that the Kitsilano property had, but this one had heat included in the strata fees. It also came with 2 parking underground with EV charging capabilities, so that is quite advantageous. Especially when you're living in a condo, having 2 side-by-side properties in terms of parking close to an elevator lobby is a huge plus. Parking can get expensive. Units that are buying pre-sale parking still can cost you upwards of $75,000, sometimes even $100,000. So you may not think about it, but parking does cost a premium. So when you can have 2 side-by-side stalls is something that is very advantageous. What I also loved about this property is how the living quarters were separated, so you almost felt that you were in a hotel because you had the primary suite on the east side of the building and completely separated from the west side where you had the secondary bedroom. So you could definitely get your privacy if you're living with others, whether it was your kids or a roommate, whatever the fact being, or wanted a beautiful guest suite for guests that were visiting with you. You could definitely have your privacy. The other thing that was such a huge sales feature of this property was how massive of an open concept unit this was for a 2-bedroom unit. Usually 2-bedroom units are quite a bit smaller, 800, 900 square feet, but to have a condo that's over 1,200 square feet in Vancouver is quite rare as well, and that is why you had these huge living spaces and the living area here where you could just take in these views and have this secondary western balcony as well was a massive selling feature. This was the only unit in the entire building that actually had this secondary western patio, which made it very advantageous for the home buyer as well. So as you can see, with these sale prices being almost identical within $20,000, this is a very good reminder for all of you of what you can get in both of these areas if you're looking for a little bit more square footage in that 12 to 1500 square foot range. You're going to be looking in that $1.6 to $1.8 million capability in terms of your budget. So both of these properties are within the same price bracket. Which one do you like? Which one would you rather move into? I'd love to hear your comments on both the properties as well as your comments about Kitsilano and Olympic Village. Have you lived in any of those areas before? Would love to hear your feedback and have a conversation with you in the comments. But that's all I have for you today. My name is Kyle Mart, your Vancouver Realtor, and as always, if you're looking to buy, sell, invest, or relocate here in Vancouver, I am your real estate professional. I'm here to help, so make sure you book your call and consultation with me in the description below, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.